Coming to you live from the basement of an abandoned training facility where we talk about fighting, training, and events. It's the Fight Mixer Show, where you can hear about all the local and world combat sports happenings. Get ready. It's time to gear up and square up because we're going live on the Fight Mixer Show.
Perfect.
Everyone join us back at the break. We just got off with Brad Kelly. Now we're honored to have Gustavo Lopez on here tonight. Thank you for joining us. He looks way more cozy than any of us, so please come I like his background, not my background.
Straight
you look super comfy, like the most comfortable looking fighter we've
I had a really long day.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Meetings and everything. And, it's nice.
I normally don't hear the meetings part. Usually I was expecting to say, like, I had a long day at the gym. So, meetings with UFC or you have your outside work?
Yeah, so other than fighting, I also started kind of like a merch company, selling like personal merch, and then I'm helping other people, different companies, promotions, CBD companies, fashion, setting up a bunch of meetings for this fashion designer. I am swamped.
Nice.
I put that on the back burner because my fight's coming up, but after the fight, I go back into business and just go out and just do things. I went to school at Menlo College. It's one of the top 5 business schools in the nation, and I got my bachelor's in finance. So
nice.
I like to use it.
Did you do wrestling then at that school? Because you have a wrestling background, right?
Yes, wrestled in Washington and then moved to the Bay Area to wrestle at Menlo College.
Okay. Did you get a scholarship for that? I thought it was like a Sakima.
Yeah, I got a good, I think it was like 80% scholarship.
Okay.
The school was still the school was super expensive though still. So
yeah, I was reading that you had a pretty impressive freshman year, especially. But you're a pretty impressive wrestler from high school. When did you start actually getting more into striking?
I started, I think it was in high school. Freshman year of college. One of my buddies was like, "Hey, come help me with my wrestling." I was like, all right, sure. And I just helped him out. And one day he's like, "Hey, come corner me for the fight."
That's cool.
I get to the fight, and one of the co-main event doesn't show up. Amateur fight. People just don't show up for fights. They're like, "Hey, you want to fight?" I'm like, sure. Walked on in there, threw one left hook, and just knocked the guy out. And I'm like, okay, I can do this.
You know what's hilarious is I hear more and more of these types of stories.
I mean, it literally happened. Like I never thought I wanted to fight, but the competition, like I love learning and competing with individuals. Like I was trying to be the best. The whole goal is always to become the world champion, and the UFC right now is the platform to do it in. So working on it.
Absolutely too. And so you went on to the Bellator was like the first bigger name that you went to, and then you went on to Combat the Americas, right?
Yes, I took the Bellator fight on a week notice. They had it at the Supercross, I think in Las Vegas. It was like a sideshow from it, and I'm like, sure. Went in there, got a good win, and just got my name out there a little bit more. Got offered a fight for Combate again on another short notice, and then they liked me, so they kept me on, signed me. Found my way through for a world title. Lost, lost this through an eye poke, and then got another short notice fight for another world title against I'll Die. Had to lose like 20 pounds or 23 pounds in 20. It was ridiculous. Made it, and like fought my, but I lost a split decision.
So do you walk around at like 150?
No, I walk around like 160.
Oh wow, okay. So And you fight bantam. You fight 135, right?
I fight 135. I'll diet down to like low 50s, and then the week of the fight I'll get down to like 47, and then the day of I'll cut the weight from there. And it's been truly amazing with the UFC PI and all the nutritions there and all everybody. Nicole, that does all my meals, is absolutely like literally had the best week of my life. My last fight, and I just excited to continue the process and just get better and just climb the ladder.
And you're coming out. You're in Nevada now, or am I wrong on that one?
No, I'm here. Yeah, I've been in Nevada for the past 6 years.
Okay, at the
After
King
I got
Tour.
Yeah.
Okay. Is Johnny Hollywood Case out that gym?
Who?
Johnny Case. I'm trying to think of. We talked to one fighter. I'm trying to remember who was the fighter that came out of Extreme Couture. I thought it was Johnny Case.
Johnny Cat.
Yeah.
He still trains there.
Okay, that's what I was like. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Johnny.
He's on the show. We're trying to get him to be like a co-host sometime, maybe.
You should. That guy is absolutely awesome.
I still host memes all the time. I talk shit to him.
Nice.
He's always posting memes on Instagram. Like, I'm taking this.
That's all he does.
Yeah. He actually didn't post something the other day, and I messaged him like, "Are you alright, dude?"
Yeah. Where's my memes? Huh? Where's my memes at?
I know. He knows I need my memes. Just like my memes too. Yeah, he's like meme lord. So what you got? So we have what? March 20th is the next fight on the record, right? Or
yeah,
okay.
March 20th against
Adrian
Johns.
Yeah.
Contender. I think contender dude got a really awesome knockout. His debut. And then I think like a head kick. His last fight. So really good striker. Excited to see how good his ground is. So it's no surprise. I'm gonna go in there, knock his head off, and then if it gets to the ground, it's gonna, that's where I feel. For me, I think that's what I'm better at. Even lately, I've been knocking people out. My ground, I think, is more superior.
Yeah, you guys have
Right.
6 submissions, right? Too. You finish them more submission than anything.
I used to, and then lately, I've been hitting people a lot harder. So
yeah. You enjoying the striking part? Right.
I love it. Fun. It's so fun.
I know.
It's so fun.
You ever thought about doing BKFC if
Oh.
if the UFC ever
Of course not.
doesn't
No.
call?
No.
No?
Like, I love fighting. I love competing, but I have so many other opportunities lately. So I'm not one of those fighters that, after you're fighting, you're stuck and you figure out what can I do next. And so you get into these crazy, situations. Like I'm pretty smart, went to school, and then I surround myself with a lot of smart people that, guide me and mentor me to do amazing things. Misha Tate was one of my mentors, and she's taught me so much how to grow and how to become a better person, and even just to become a business person. She has so many different companies and all this, and just literally a lot of my friends are business owners, lawyers, doctors, and just I learn from them. It's great to have guidance like that because I wasn't that really great in school, but the moment I got out, I started to enjoy learning more because it was my like what I wanted. So now I listen to books. I do a lot of meditation in the mornings when I wake up at night. I love this aura, how it tracks all your performance. Like the science that the UFC provides is absolutely amazing. I'm just only getting better. Crazy because I feel I have so much more to grow.
Yeah, and that's good that you're investing on the outside so that you actually have somewhere you're laying foundations aside from just fighting.
Oh, for sure.
I think a lot of people just get excited with the money sometimes, and I don't know if it's the same as the NFL where you see people just start blowing money, but you're actually building things on the out.
I think what it is that one, yes, is new, but they don't know how to invest.
Mm-hmm.
No one at all. Like the school doesn't teach you how to invest. They teach you to be, a worker.
Yep.
Get in line. Follow, here's the information, and repeat it to me. That's it. The same as you would go to a company that would teach you stuff to do. You say what they tell you to say. Get a paycheck and you leave.
Yeah, they're producing factory workers basically.
Yeah,
there's no entrepreneurship.
No, there's courses now that kind of work that, but majority of the schools only teach, to be factory workers. Other people, and then again to be a doctor, you're still working for somebody else.
Yeah.
Great career. Some people love doing that. Some people want to be doctors and be. But again, it's different when you own your own business and when you control the rules of what you do, when you do it. You have a lot of responsibility.
That I was gonna say
But
that's a huge payment in itself. Just that freedom you finally get when it's your own company and you're not locked down to anybody else's time.
I was in a Cozumel a couple weeks ago. Took my own first ever vacation in my life because I never had the kind of money I have now and never had the freedom. So I'm like, you know what? All this COVID stuff, I don't want to go home and get my family possibly sick. So I'm just taking off to Mexico. Solo trip. Went out there and I scheduled this training for to become a scuba diver. So I got my certification to scuba dive now.
Nice.
So now I get opened up the possibility of so much more. So everywhere I travel, I'm gonna be like, can I scuba?
You're just like learning things. You seem to like be like one of those people that you like to pick up this thing and that thing, and you can learn this one, and then you can do something with that.
I really enjoy learning.
Yeah.
That's why I think MMA for me, it gives me such a good high that I love every day. I'm learning how to get better because it takes years to become a good boxer,
Mhm.
years to become like. I think I would like you wouldn't go through lifetimes and never learn everything. So us for MMA fighters that are trying to do all of them at once, you'll never stop learning, and that's for me. Like it excites me. It makes me happy. A lot of people see like during my fights, I'm smiling because I'm having a great time. I'm doing what I love, and platforms give me the opportunity to do so much more. It's different. And then luckily, I surround myself with those great people that give me the opportunities to do other things.
Yeah, they help advance you.
It's crazy. Lately, I'm been helping this fashion designer called Camille Flawless. It's a high end fashion designer that does like dresses, custom dresses for like A1 celebrities. And now I'm helping her with marketing and doing her stuff for social media and kind of arranging things to make her company grow even more. Just met her one random day and became friends, and now it's just another mentor of mine. It's funny because the week before I met her, I wanted to go into fashion, like design like different like gear, and now I found someone that could help me and actually done it. So it's another time to learn and get better. So it's exciting.
It's just another avenue. And
Yeah,
for you being so busy, you're so relaxed.
I'm at her house right now.
Oh, it's a beautiful house. Oh, look at that.
That's
So sweet. Oh, we're a huge fan of the chairs. Huge fan. It's beautiful. Look at that mirror. Oh my goodness.
I think you may need to become an interior decorator.
she does that. She does that. She does that too. So she does a lot of businesses and help people. We've been doing a lot of photo shoots, and I'm actually a photographer, so I've been helping out doing shoots.
You're a jack of all trades.
Talk about that, yes. And the thing about me is I can't. So the thing is, I'm a guy you call get things done. If I can't do it, I know somebody that can, or find somebody that can. So for her, I'm a perfect fit for her. That right now she needs things to get done, and I'm like, I could do it, or I know something that can. So a bunch of different avenues. I just got back from LA, had a bunch of more meetings of different promotions, new companies. I'm starting a finance firm in Las Vegas.
Christ, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
You're
I'm
making me tired already.
just gonna manage it, but like I'm just gonna hire people to just run the company, and then I'm just gonna sit back and just make sure everybody does their job and go train and come back, put my head in the door. You guys are good. Go back to training.
Let me check the
relaxed leader.
bank account. Yep, it's all good.
Yeah.
But set it up. I mean, it is true. If you have the passion for it, you just work.
Started setting it up, and all I'm doing because I don't like. It's easy I could easily dove into it and make more money, but I'd rather just hire people and have them work for me and just have a percentage of everything. So I'll get a percentage of this, percentage of the fashion design, the DVD companies, The tax company. What else am I into?
Matt, what companies you got? He can work for.
Whatever you want. If you want to, give me a call. Sure, I can figure it out.
Business opportunities network. That's all it's about, though. Relationships.
I've got a few companies I've started too, so I enjoy the business. Go
I feel
ahead.
like my energy attracts people, and they like. I'm just a genuine, like, good person. I try to treat people as very respectful and treat them well. Like
It's a lot of the energy that you put out there that you're going to receive back.
I'm happy. I am the happiest I've ever been right now, and it's absolutely amazing.
It's a good thing too, especially again in the fight community too, to stay that relaxed and.
And it's crazy because I feel sharp already. I feel sharp and shape. My striking looks great. My ground looks great, and we still have 9 more weeks to get better.
Is there any are there a few fighters or any fighter at all that you kind of like admire their style or look up to in the UFC before getting into it, or?
No, not really. I've always looked up to my buddy Brian Caraway that kind of guided me in the beginning, and then just I had an amazing coach, Robert Fallis, and now my new coaches, Jimmy Gifford, Eddie Baraka, and Coach Casey up in 10 Planet. They're again mentors of mine that teach me so amazing things. One of the biggest advice that one of my coaches gave me was the fact they told me to only worry about my circle control. So the circle of control would be the things that we control, like only waking up, going to practice, eating right, everything, training. The things that we have fully control of, we'll get handle, making things right, and the things that are outside of it, like people getting COVID, fights getting canceled, moving to different dates, something like that. We have no control of it, so there's no reason to put stress or like any energy at it. So it's just nothing we can do about it. So why stress? And it's funny because I keep saying that, and today was the perfect example of how that happened to me. I go home, I go inside my house, I have my keys in my hand, and I left my car running, and I leave my keys in the car in the house. I go I go back in my car and I take off, and I go to the post office to drop off some packages. I just shipped out some of these cool joggers that I have.
I'm the joggers.
Is that from your company?
Yeah, that's one of my other companies.
Of course it is.
These are so soft.
I made my foot.
Send me your info. I'll send you guys some.
Yeah, I love it.
Absolutely.
For you.
Yeah. Send me info, your size, and your address, and I'll send you guys some.
Sweet, thank you.
They're so soft.
All about the network.
So I go to the post office to tear off the car. I go inside, drop off the package. I'm like, I get all excited because it's my first packages that I'm sending out. And I try to turn on my car. I'm thinking my keys are in my pocket. I leave my keys at home. and I'm like, it was like 10:30, 10:20, and I had practice at 10:45. I'm like, shit. I get upset for like really, really, really bad. Like, how can I leave my keys? And then I think about it like, there's nothing I can do about this. So I'm just chill the fuck out. Call my buddy. Hey, go to the house, grab my keys, bring them to me. And I just sat back, talk to one of my. It's funny. I have an assistant that I call, text my appointments, and I just called her and we kind of just talked for a little bit. Talked about stuff we have, projects we have to get done, and just waited. And I thought about it. I'm like, I easily could have been pissed off and just throwing stuff, and because you left your keys at home, you got to be at practice, and there's nothing you could do. You're like, ugh. And I'm like, what's the point? I'm like, why am I gonna take this energy to be upset? Like, I'm sure I could do some work done right now. So just calm down and just got things done. And just the keys, they brought the keys. I made it a practice. Had a great practice. Went to another practice. Ate dinner. Had wrestling. It just continues having great stuff. Like today was just a bunch of ups and downs, but my outlet in life, the fact that I could focus more on what I'm like, the grateful, like how grateful I am of all these opportunities I have in my life. Like the little bad things that happen, like it's not that big of a deal. Leaving your keys in the car, things not happening right. We're most of us we have a job right now.
Yeah.
beautiful home. You know, we have a home, somewhere to sleep in. You know, a lot of people right now don't have those luxuries.
Absolutely.
You know, a lot of people lost their jobs in this crazy pandemic, and homeless and stuff like that. So it's a really hard time. Like one of the things I'm so excited and so happy about, like my last fight, I paid off all my parents' debt, my mom's debt. I'm like,
That's
just paid off all her credit cards, and like, I was just tired of her like just barely doing the minimum. And like at the time right now, just pay things off, help my brother out, and just try to give back because life is giving me so much, great life, and just I'm doing all these crazy things, and I love to give back.
yeah.
The reason I went down to LA this weekend was to actually go support a football team, a high school football team that one of my partner's sons playing, and these kids like they're having practice, and these UFC fighters at their practice, you know, giving them all these positive, talking about the circle control and talking about just motivating them for them, like oh look, this UFC guy is here watching us, and for them it's such a cool feeling, and for me I love doing it. I love seeing those kids' faces and trying to give back as much as I can right now. So we're doing it.
Well, hey, we loved having you on because of the whole time switching, blah blah blah. We have to wrap it up. So I appreciate you coming on, man. And I'd love to have you back on again. I love your energy. I'm an entrepreneur too, so feed me some of that.
I'm sure we can work something out.
All right, man. But I appreciate you coming on. I'll have you back on soon after your fight. So
Yeah.
So please send me both you guys'
addresses.
so for
Yep.
last name, email address, and then your address, so I can send you guys the joggers.
I'll do that, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, and size, please. Yeah.
You're too nice of a guy.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you for it.
Welcome. Thank you guys for having me.
Bye.
Good night, Gustavo. It's so sweet.
Yeah, he's an awesome guy, man. Like,
It's just
Really?
interesting to see everyone's different, their viewpoints and how what kind of person they are. But
he's all over the board with his business and stuff, and
yeah,
I'm the same way, man. I'm in every direction, doing things, just trying to make shit happen, and it's fun. I love it. I'm busy as hell, but I love it.
that's
So,
I'm like, I'm busy as hell, but I'm broke as hell. So
well,
it's inspiring.
we'll see what we can do to get that changed.
Yeah.
But all right, man. Well, we got to end the show, and I appreciate you coming on here, and I look forward to getting back in touch with Gustavo. And send me your information. I'll send it right on to him.
Sweet. Well, thank you.
All right.
Yeah,
We'll
I like
see
it.
everybody later.
Good night, guys.
Perfect.